of North Dakota land, where the skies are wide and the freedom stands. With a Bible in my hand and a prayer in my heart, living this life where the wild plays its part. Dust on my boots and my hat pulled low, got my trusty rifle and I'm ready to go. Hunting the game as the sun hits the sky, in the heart of the 701 I feel so alive. Guns and the 701, that's how we roll. Faith in the good Lord, that's how we hold the line of the legacy that runs through our veins. In this wild, wild land where the spirit remains, we're living free, living bold side by side, with God on our plate and our hearts open wide. Ranch in the fields, the cattle run free, with a purpose so strong, it's our grand legacy. The rivers run deep as we cast out our lines, fish in the waters where the North Star shines. Got the warmth of the sun with the chill of the night, with every shot fired we're ready to fight for the freedom we cherish. The second is true, with family beside us we stand through and through. Guns in the 701, that's how we roll. Faith in the good Lord, that's how we hold the line of the legacy that runs through our veins. In this wild, wild land where the spirit remains, we're living free, living bold side by side, with God on our plate and our hearts open wide. In a world that's spinning with sins that they wield, we stick to our values, our fate is revealed. With the word as our guide, we tread on the earth, a community built from the love, not the curse. Raising our voices, singing loud through the night, for God and our freedom, we'll continue the fight. Let the rifles ring out, let the spirits align. In North Dakota's embrace, our souls intertwine. So when you hear the gunshots and feel that proud sound, know it's faith and freedom that echoes around. From the fields of the ranch to the depths of the lake, with God on our side, there's nothing at stake. Guns and the 71, forever we'll stand in the heart of our faith in this great free
LAUER Auto Repair, located at 309 South Washington Street in Bismarck, North Dakota.
Give them a call at 701-258-6308.
The team of mechanics at LAUER Auto can take care of any problem your vehicle is having. And when you do business with LAUER, you can be assured you're doing business with a pro Second Amendment America First repair shop. There are plenty of other auto repair shops in the Bismarck-Mandan area. But why take a chance at patronizing a shop that might not have your beliefs at heart? Make no mistake. LAUER Auto is your pro Second Amendment repair shop. When you talk to the guys at LAUER Auto, don't forget to tell them that you heard they are a sponsor of Guns and the 701 and that you appreciate their support of our pro Second Amendment, pro North Dakota live stream and podcast. That's LAUER Auto Repair, 701-258-6308. 901-258-6308. Located 309 South Washington Street in Bismarck, North Dakota.
When you want it done right,
go where lemons go.
Kalen's Auto Service, owned and operated by Kalen and Misty Foss, lifelong locals with over 25 years experience. From modern rides to classic restorations, they can handle it all. Top quality work, fair price, and honest hometown values. Located just 1 block south of Highway 12 on 6th Avenue West in Lemon. Kalen's Auto Service, serving you with all your auto repair needs.
For the best gun gear for every and any situation, Little Angry Man Arms LLC has you covered. Top-notch guns from top-name brands like Winchester, Glock, Sig Sauer, and Ruger to essential extras from Magpul, Streamlight, Hollow, Sun Optics, and more. Little Angry Man Arms LLC have everything to make your shooting adventures a success. Visit littleangrymanarms.com today and gear up for your next big hunt, competition, or home defense. Don't miss out on our exclusive deals. Little Angry Man Arms LLC, based in Trail City, South Dakota, your ultimate hunting partner.
At Horton Laser Craft, we believe in the power of personalization. Whether it's a cherished memory, a special occasion, or a unique gift, our custom laser engraving brings your vision to life. Our expert craftsmen and state-of-the-art technology ensure every piece is a work of art. From personalized decor to one-of-a-kind keepsakes, Horton Lasercraft makes every moment unforgettable. Horton Lasercraft is owned and operated by a local veteran and his wife located near Thunderhawk, South Dakota. They provide custom laser products at a reasonable price, and their turnaround time is fast and efficient.
Custom board cutting, glassware, decanter sets, mugs, assorted stainless steel jewelry, assorted tags, decor, custom acrylic nightlights, and much, much more.
Call them up at 605-545-7535. Horton Lasercraft, where memories are engraved.
Click Grainger.com or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
6:30 a.m. Your alarm goes off. You jolt awake and start thinking about fueling your gut? Okay, probably not. But why spend time thinking about gut health when Kashi Gut Health Granola makes fueling your gut so straightforward? Made with prebiotics, fiber, and gut-activated cultures, it's a delicious way to support your gut. With flavors like blueberry almond, it's a breakfast that helps start your day the right way. Gut fuel is in the bag. Say hi to the new Kashi Gut Health Granola.
You stepped out for your morning jog, except it's not your usual morning jog. You started listening to an epic sci-fi book on Audible. 30 chapters later, you've accidentally run a half marathon. You lost track of how far you've run, somewhere just past the city limits. You can't stop. You have to find out what happens next. Then it's over. The universe seems bigger. You feel different. You feel like you have no idea where you are. Audible. Stories that speak to you.
If you run a business, you know the value of trust. It's what keeps your customers coming back. And it's what you get when you advertise with iHeart. More than 75% of listeners consider iHeart hosts their friends and trust their recommendations. Now take that trusted influence and combine it with iHeart's massive reach and scale, and you've got the formula for growing your business. Learn how easy it is to tell your story through our voices. Call 844-844-iHeart today. That's 844-844-iHeart.
When's the last time payroll was the easy part of your week? With Gusto, it can be. Gusto is the all-in-one platform designed to take the hassle out of managing your team. From payroll and compliance to hiring, onboarding, and more. With Gusto, you can get back 2 full days each month with all the time you've saved. Join over 500,000 small and medium-sized businesses that take care of their people with Gusto. Go to gusto.com today. That is Gusto.com. Gusto.com. Payroll, HR, benefits, simplified.
Back to school, but not back to basics. You need the newest tech to crush the semester. With Pays Checkout, offered by banks and credit unions, your eligible cards are ready to use. No card to find, no number to type out. And the best part? Pays offers added security because your actual card number stays hidden from merchants, which means no all-nighters just trying to check out. Learn more at PAZE.com. Hayes, it checks out. Terms and conditions apply.
Here's your AccuWeather forecast. Sunny much of the time today with a passing shower, though. The high of 84. Clear and comfortable tonight. The low down to 53. Mainly cloudy Saturday. The high of 83. Breezy with a mix of clouds and sun Sunday. Watch for an afternoon thunderstorm. The high of 81. Partly sunny. Warmer Monday with the high jumping up to 87. Partly sunny and less humid. A breezy afternoon Tuesday. The high back to 87. With your AccuWeather forecast, I'm meteorologist Jason Caterina.
12:59 at a calm wind in Bismarck.
I am the god of KFYR. Todd Mitchell.
Stand by. Down to the 701 in Clay. Up in just a moment. Dakota Mornings with Michael Bell on tap with John Oderman. Deidre's Dates and Deets. And the Association of Counties talking about the property tax legislation issue. Aaron Burst. Dakota Mornings with Michael Bell on the way after 9.
Happy Friday, everybody. It's Chris Atterbury. Join me and Glenn Perkins from the left coast tonight. We're on the air from San Diego at 8 o'clock with an 8:40 first pitch. It's the Twins and the Swingin' Friars right here.
KFYR 550.
Chipotle Honey Chicken is back at Chipotle. Step into summer with fresh grilled chicken, spicy Chipotle peppers, and the perfect touch of pure honey. Chipotle Honey Chicken. It's taking heat and sweet to a whole new level. Back for a limited time. Order now in the Chipotle app for pickup or delivery.
Headed to the lake? Make Bottle Barn Fargo your last stop before you hit the road. From ice cold beer and ready to drink cocktails to all your favorite spirits, we've got everything you need to stock the cooler fast. Grab an 8-pack of -196 vodka seltzer for just $16.99 or a 24-pack of Bud Light for $19.99. Plus, free ice to keep it all cold. Visit us on Veterans or University in Fargo. Bottle Barn Liquors, your last stop before the lake.
The Bottle Barn Liquors, your neighborhood liquor store.
People at work supported me while I was going through treatment by not treating me like somebody who was going through treatment. Treatment sucks. Cancer sucks. Being engaged with work really helped to, I just knew I was going to beat this thing.
Research shows there is a significant connection between the ability to continue to work and cancer recovery. We can make work a better place for healing.
Learn more and sign the pledge at workingwithcancerpledge.com.
I survived 9 months in captivity, and I've spent my life exploring how other people survive what should have destroyed them. I'm Elizabeth Smart, and these are the Survivor Files. Every week, I'm with survivors who lived through the unthinkable, abducted, stalked, controlled, and nearly silenced. These are stories about what it takes to make it out alive. Download the free iHeartRadio app, search The Survivor Files with Elizabeth Smart, and listen now.
Last place in your fantasy league isn't just about losing. It's the group chat jokes, the punishment, a full year of hearing about it. I'm JJ Zacharyson, host of the Late Round Fantasy Football Podcast. Our Players to Target and Players to Avoid episodes tell you exactly who to circle and who to cross off. We're providing data-driven research in the podcast all season long, so that you're the one talking trash, not taking it. Download the free iHeartRadio app, search the Late Round Fantasy Football Podcast, and listen now.
Did you hear the new episode of the Hey Jonas podcast?
We are at D23, so we'll see who stops by.
The cast of Frozen stopped by. Kristen Bell, Josh Gad, and Adina Menzel.
I auditioned for Frozen.
What?
For Kristoff. They said, okay, what are you going to be singing today? I said, I don't know.
That must have been why you didn't get it.
That's probably why.
Plus, John Stamos, Hayden Christensen from Star Wars, and more.
And I guess I can share that...
No way. Listen to the latest episode. Download the free iHeartRadio app. Search Hey Jonas and listen now.
Back to school means back to chaos. And on the Good Moms Bad Choices podcast, we're talking about all of it. The early mornings, the mom guilt, the did I sign that permission slip panic? Nothing is off limits here, and nothing is sugar-coated.
Mom life is calling, and I have my last volleyball tournament of Irie's club team volleyball, and I cannot wait for it to be over. Shout out to the moms and my mom who made it happen.
Download the free iHeartRadio app, search Good Moms Bad Choices, and listen now.
Guess what? We have our first ever guest on the show.
And it's freaking Danny McBride.
Oh!
Yeah, you better believe it. He's joined us on our podcast.
That's right.
This is what it feels like to be the first guest, huh? I like it.
Yay! That was a good time. The episode is out now, so go on get it.
Download the free iHeartRadio app, search This Is Important, and listen now.
From the studio who brought you the #1 podcast, The Piketon Massacre. This is Murder 101.
A group of high school students started a project to research a string of unsolved murders.
Those murders happened in the mid-1980s.
He's out there doing stuff. He just didn't stop.
What if this guy's still alive? Like, what if he comes after us?
For 3 decades, the mystery remained unsolved.
It wasn't just a class assignment, it was real life.
These women really deserve justice. They were just living their lives and they had their whole lives ahead of them.
There's a pretty good chance he's still alive.
It was a little scary, I'm not gonna lie.
Once you start getting a few tips or a few leads, then the cold case isn't so cold anymore.
What seemed like an ordinary high school class turned out to be anything but.
Listen on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Open your free iHeart app and listen now.
KFYR at 817, Clay Peterson guns in the 701 and the 605 and the 406. And I forget the Canadian.
How about the 307 over there?
214. 214, that's the. And the 218. And
that's Minnesota, isn't it?
Yes. Well, we get in over there. By states, 3 Canadian provinces, or whatever the heck the total is these days, which is kind of moot anyway, because on the iHeart app, it's the whole rock, but, whatever.
I was actually looking at our analytics this morning. I haven't checked things out for a while. I can't believe how many states we're going out to. The web does wonders that way. I mean, KFYR goes nationwide, and our stuff, we were hitting 10 states this week, which that's great.
I get a kick out of looking at our analytics every once in a while, because there'll be 11 or 12 foreign countries, and I'm like, what? And I could begin to guess what they all are,
Yeah, Thailand must love, I guess, guns in the 701 and anything U.S. Because I'm telling you right now.
Or that's somebody bouncing on a VPN trying to hide their address so that you don't send them hate mail after the show or whatever.
I used to have one of those. I don't see the need for it anymore. But yeah, I used to have one of those bounce things around on a VPN.
I do have one because there are a handful of radio stations that I just check in every now and then to see what their latest thing they're doing is, that you can't get them outside. They're geofenced. You can't get them outside their area. But if I can act like I'm in your area, just saying, when there's a will, there's a way. We can break in. Just saying.
I gotta give a shout out to the Rumble listeners. That one's kind of upticked. We got things kind of automatically working on there. Rumble's got things going. So hey, welcome this morning, guys. I bet you they're pretty new to this because we haven't been broadcasting there because it didn't work very well.
Make sure you download the free iHeart app so you can get all of the Guns in the 701 network programming.
Absolutely. And everything will upload after this segment.
There you have it. NFA registration is gone.
To a point, maybe.
To a point.
But, I mean, there's 27 free states, I call them, South Dakota being one of those, which is really nice to know that. But as everybody probably heard, there was a big victory on August 5th that had 7 days to basically go into effect. And they started selling suppressors without a Form 4 at Silencer Shop, immediately. Of course, Silencer Shop has several brick-and-mortar stores across the United States, so they just started doing it. Brandon Herrera, he was out there doing it. They filmed it. I think maybe he was the very first customer. I don't know. But NFA, National Firearms Act, we talked about it a lot of times on the show, Todd. The tax stamp became 0 under the big, beautiful bill. That took effect in January. A judge finally said, hey, listen, without a fee, without a tax, the NFA registration scheme, and that's what it is. It's a registration scheme. They couldn't do it because Congress didn't really have the authority to do that, even in 1934, the Constitution hasn't changed. But they made it a tax, and that was by design to basically make you register all NFA items, being machine guns, being suppressors, short-barreled rifles, you name it, anything that's classified under that act. Well, So they challenged it. Several NRA was involved with that too. Everybody, we're going to talk about all their pending cases. Everyone thinks they don't do anything. The nice thing about it, if you're in one of those 27 states, it's a good day for you. You can go ahead and go in, do your 4473, and walk out with your suppressor that day. Now, if you're in one of the 15 states that doesn't like freedom when it comes to the NFA items, and North Dakota happens to be one of them, we still have to go through the process of a Form 4. And that's kind of why I brought this up, Todd. Did you know that one? Do we still have to do that?
No. I don't know a lot of stuff, though, so don't read too much into that.
But so in Title 62.1 of the North Dakota Century Code, that's where you're going to find the title weapons. Big scary term of weapons.
Does that include rocks?
Well, I was going through the dangerous weapons. They always give the general definitions. Rocks aren't in there, but, knives.
Everybody forget about Cain and Abel just because it's been years? I mean, come on.
Well, I think it's funny. We got something almost as old as a rock. They got machetes listed. Machetes have been around since they could sharpen, metal.
Well, the thing is every once in a while that story comes up in modern day that, it's like, who's walking around into a 7-Eleven with a machete in hand? What in the world?
Well, they got swords mentioned in here. Of course, then they go into throwing stars and nunchucks. I'm just Billy Jack's clubs.
If it's in a movie, it better be on the list, I guess,
Yeah, dangerous weapon. It's like, whatever.
Well, I mean, don't you think a sword's a little dangerous? I mean, maybe not in my hands. I'd probably drop the thing, but,
It's no more dangerous than a car. I mean, cars...
Well, you can debate whether I should be operating one of those, too, I suppose, but the state has seen fit to give me licenses yet, so there we are.
But the one I want to really point out, and I think we need to work on this in 2027, I'm already hearing that that's probably going to come forth in the legislature, and it should pass. And anybody calls themselves a Second Amendment supporter, I don't care what party you're from, if you say you support the Second Amendment, this should pass if they get this legislation written and submitted, and we hear it in the 2027 session. It should pass unanimously, but it won't, because we got a lot of commies in both parties that really aren't true Second Amendment supporters. They like to say it and then vote opposite, but we won't go there today. I won't mention names today.
Well, you got to have the popular buzz term word, synonymous with you, even if you don't actually embrace it. That's kind of like every politician that, when they're trying to get elected, will tell you something, and then when they go in, they go do whatever they feel like doing.
Pretty much. And what I really want to do is, under the definition, silencer is defined in item 15 as means any device for attached to a firearm which will silence or deaden the sound or natural report of the firearm when it's discharged. And it's kind of a stupid term anyway. Silencer does not make it silent. It suppresses.
Well, then why is it not called a suppressor?
And I'd like to, it'd be fun to challenge this because it doesn't say suppressors anywhere in Title 62.
There you go.
Attorneys listening.
There you go.
We don't have silencers. They don't truly silence. They're suppressors. They suppress sound. They're still a decibel. And in contrary to popular belief, you probably should still wear hearing protection even when firing a suppressed firearm. So it'd be fun to challenge this because it only says silencers. So there is no silence.
Yeah.
They're all suppressors.
The suppressor, it doesn't silence. You could drive a Mack truck through that legal loophole.
Yeah, I mean, you know me, I like to pick apart laws, and that's why I've never really...
Who's a good 2A lawyer that's got time on their hands and can make this happen?
Well, there's a few out there.
Well, there's a few out there, but, are they going to be brave enough to make it happen, though?
Yeah, I don't know. But the important part is 62.1-05. The reason I'm getting so technical because you know what, people, sometimes when you send me a message and tell me I don't know about anything, well, I really do, especially when it comes to 2A and the law is written. So that's machine guns, automatic rifles, silencers, bombs, and the possession of machine guns, automatic rifles, silencers, and bombs with penalty and forfeiture. So there's one little, I guess, important paragraph in this. No person may purchase, sell, have, or possess a machine gun, fully automatic rifle, silencer, or bomb loaded with explosives or poisonous or dangerous gases. Well, there's a lot of people going to be illegal. Anyway, any other federally licensed firearm or dangerous weapon, darn methane, unless that person has complied with the National Firearms Act, U.S. Code 5801-5872. So, yeah, I had to throw that in.
I've run out of beans!
So what that means, everybody, it's a Class C felony if you do. We still have to do the Form 4. Most states like South Dakota, we changed this years ago when I was doing a lot of work down there, where if the NFA, the National Firearms Act, any part of it ever became debunked or defunct, that it absolutely was the law of the land in South Dakota. So when they eliminated the tax, you got the injunction, boom, in South Dakota they're selling suppressors now with just the Form 4473. Granted, we didn't get a total victory. The Department of Justice still can go ahead and appeal it. I don't know if they will under this current administration, because the new Department of Justice is not appealing a lot of these court decisions, and they're letting them take place or expire, which is fantastic under the new Attorney General. So we'll see what happens with this. We still got to fix the state law here in North Dakota. I couldn't believe we were even on the list. It's we're supposedly such a conservative state, but this is in there. It goes back a long ways. I have a feeling that we can get that changed in the next session, although I'm sure the next session is going to be consumed with a lot of other issues. But hopefully this one here, we can get it through committees and change that, and again, make this a free state and restore the Second Amendment rights we have. I mean, we're talking a piece of metal, Todd, that suppresses sound like a muffler on a car, which Maxim suppressors started out as Maxim mufflers. That's a true story out of the, I think it was New York. So that was the whole purpose of suppression, to suppress sound.
So if they ban silencers and suppressors, we'll just start making mufflers.
No, just make a muffler. Call it a muffler. Absolutely.
Make it the same shape as a car muffler? And they can just say, no, it's a muffler. Look, I mean.
You'll be surprised. Teddy Roosevelt had one of those on one of his firearms.
Really?
It kind of did look like a muffler because that was the design, right? It went down through one and come up through it and out the top. But it was kind of a weird-looking contraption on his gun, but it worked. It was crude, but it was at the beginning of a whole thing. I thought that was pretty cool.
Plenty of inventions start with crude, and they get refined and refined.
Oh, absolutely.
Then they get outlawed, and we don't get to have the fun. But
or taxed.
They get taxed, and then they get outlawed. Yeah, there we are. 829 KFYR, Clay Pearson, Guns of the 701. At least in North Dakota, there's private ownership of silencers, and you may hunt with a suppressor. You may hunt with a suppressor in North Dakota.
Yes.
Boy, I could imagine California's reaction to that.
California is one of the really commie states, as we know, and they banned suppressors across the board. You can't even have one there. They're one of the 7 states that doesn't allow it at all.
Yeah, tell that to Compton.
Oh yeah, there you go. Hey, I got to do a shout out of hey Corey and hey Kelly. Good to see you online today. Anyway. But yeah, I really like suppressors. They're probably one of the most. They're probably the fastest growing accessory now. I bet they have surpassed magazines because of a lot of the regs have been relaxed, and now with the tax stamp gone, you don't have to buy a $200 extortion fee to the government just to have your suppressor and have it registered. So yeah, suppressors are great. Got a few myself. Love hunting with them. Love shooting with them. Just check your state laws, everybody, because they're not all equal.
Do you have your list of weaponry handy there? Texter wants to know if hammers are on the list.
Hammers are not on the list.
Oh, there you go.
And they missed that one. But they made sure they got machetes, swords, and daggers. And clubs.
How about axes? Axe throwing's a big thing.
No, but I do see that they've got a sand club, a slug shot, a bow and arrow, and a crossbow. A crossbow and a spear. Any weapon that will expel or is readily capable of expelling a projectile by the action of a spring or compressed air or compressed gas. So there you go. No rocks, though.
So just keep a rock, a hammer, and an axe handy, and you can defend yourself. No matter what they say, you are protected. Clay Peterson, I'm Todd Mitchell, 8:31. More coming up with guns in the 701 here on KFYR.
It's Mitchell in the Morning, KFYR 550.
Coming up on the Dakota Farm and Ranch Report presented by Proseed, as pasture quality declines late in the growing season, Kansas State University beef specialists say, why not creep feed? And corn futures moving back above the $5 mark, and that could be signaling a shift in the farm economy. Details next on the Dakota Farm and Ranch Report.
Simplot Grower Solutions is a full-service agronomy retail store with locations in Napoleon and Wishick. We provide ag application services in spraying and fertilizer spreading. Simplot Grower Solutions has 4 crop advisors to help with all your agricultural needs. Simplot offers seed, crop care, crop nutrition, and fertilizer. Call today or check out our website, simplotgrowersolutions.com. Simplot Grower Solutions. We are committed to your success over the long run because we know that farming is more than your job. It's your legacy.
KFYR.
Welcome back to the Dakota Farm and Ranch Report presented by Proseed. Overnight lows, comfortable, great sleeping weather, 50s and 60s, with daytime highs in the 80s in our forecast. We could see chances of rain, hit or miss, through the end of the month. Keep it right here for the latest on weather forecasts. As pasture quality declines late in the grazing season, Kansas State University beef specialists say creep feeding may help maintain calf growth rates. Creep feeding gives nursing calves access to supplemental feed that cows cannot reach. That can include grain-based rations delivered through a creep feeder or high-quality forage available only to calves through a creep gate. Veterinarian Bob Larson says forage quality and quantity typically drops as summer transitions into fall, while mature cows can often maintain body condition. Growing calves may need additional calories to support weight gain. The benefits of creep feeding depend on feed costs, calf prices, forage conditions, and how efficiently calves convert feed into gain. Larson says that in some situations, weaning calves and placing them on a ration may be more economical. When supplementing calves, experts recommend fiber-based feeds such as soybean hulls or wheat midds over the high-starch feeds like corn to help avoid reducing forage intake. Corn futures back on the move above that $5 mark, and that could be signaling a shift in the farm economy. Speaking at Kansas State University's Risk and Profit Conference, National Milk Producers Federation President and CEO Greg Dowd says tighter grain supplies and growing demand for protein are providing new support for commodity markets. The December corn contract closed at $5.04 per bushel on August 20th. The December corn contract closed at $5.04 per bushel yesterday, marking it the first time since 2023 that December corn topped $5 during the month of August. Dowd says that he is not predicting $6 corn, but he doesn't expect prices to fall back to $4.50. He points to a smaller U.S. crop outlook, drought concerns in Europe, and the ongoing war in Ukraine, and tightening global grain supplies. At the same time, Dowd says demand for protein continues to grow. He notes that roughly $11 billion in new U.S. dairy processing investments aimed at expanding production of cheese, whey, and other high-protein products. While China remains a key export market, Dowd says long-term growth will demand on diversifying export opportunities and capturing increasing global demand for beef, dairy, and pork products. This has been the Dakota Farm and Ranch Report, presented by Proseed. Have yourselves a great weekend. I'm Shannon Dean.
KFYR, your ag authority.
Back to school means back to chaos. And on the Good Moms Bad Choices podcast, we're talking about all of it. The early mornings, the mom guilt, the did I sign that permission slip panic? Nothing is off limits here, and nothing is sugar-coated.
Mom life is calling, and I have my last volleyball tournament of Irie's club team volleyball, and I cannot wait for it to be over. Shout out to the moms and my mom who made it happen.
Download the free iHeartRadio app, search Good Moms Bad Choices, and listen now.
Guess what? We have our first ever guest on the show.
And it's freaking Danny McBride.
Oh!
Yeah, you better believe it. He's joined us on our podcast.
That's right.
This is what it feels like to be the first guest, huh? I like it.
Yay! That was a good time. The episode is out now, so go on get it.
Download the free iHeartRadio app, search This Is Important, and listen now.
Headed to the lake? Make Bottle Barn Fargo your last stop before you hit the road. From ice cold beer and ready-to-drink cocktails to all your favorite spirits, we've got everything you need to stock the cooler fast. Grab an 8-pack of -196 vodka seltzer for just $16.99 or a 24-pack of Bud Light for $19.99. Plus, free ice to keep it all cold. Visit us on Veterans or University in Fargo. Bottle Barn Liquors, your last stop before the lake.
The Bottle Barn Liquors, your neighborhood liquor store.
There's a new drone that can almost disappear. The Phantom Twist drone spins 25 times a second, which is too fast for the human eye to see clearly. Engineers at Northwestern say it appears like a ghostly smudge that easily blends into its background. The drone could eventually monitor wildlife, survey the environment, and do other tasks with less visual interruption. Humanoid robots are taking another step toward becoming useful workers. At a major robotics conference in Beijing, more than 300 companies showcased machines designed for tasks ranging from manufacturing to household work. Chinese robotics company Unitree says the industry could reach a major breakthrough by 2028. Amazon's expanding its Texas footprint with a multi-billion-dollar robotics manufacturing plant in southeast Austin. A 300-acre site is Amazon's first major robotics hub outside Massachusetts. The plant should open by late 2027 to make and test warehouse robots for Amazon facilities nationwide. Tech Report, I'm Tammy Trujillo.
We know you're loving the new preset feature on the new and improved iHeartRadio app.
Oh yeah, it's my favorite new thing.
But did you know that you can make almost anything a preset? Your favorite local station, sure. But your favorite podcast, that amazing playlist you made for free, even iHeart stations you can't get on the radio, like iHeart 70s, 80s, and 90s, and classic countdowns from Casey Kasem and Rick Dees.
That's a game changer.
Whatever you choose, it's as easy as a tap to make a preset. Find out what everyone's talking about and get the new and improved free iHeartRadio app today.
News. I'm Therese Crowley. President Trump brings the beef to a campaign rally in Myrtle Beach for Senator Darlene Graham, who's focused on affordability. Fox's Aisha Hasni.
The president already putting out some midterm messaging this morning to voters who are concerned and worried about higher prices of food and gasoline. The president announcing he just struck a deal to lower the price of ground beef. This is the Truth Social he just posted, writing that as we work to rebuild the herd and help our ranchers for the next 90 days, the United States will allow up to 300,000 metric tons of product for ground beef to be imported with no out-of-quota tariff.
The Lindsay Clancy defense prepares to wrap after 3 witnesses described her hearing a man's voice telling her to kill her 3 children. But the prosecution questions, why was that never written in their notes? America's listening to Fox News.
If you were
Shop the Sherwin-Williams sale and get 30% off Duration, Superdeck, and Woodscapes products August 14th through the 24th. Whether you're refreshing your interior or exterior, we've got the colors to bring your vision to life. And with delivery, getting everything to your door is easier than ever. Shop online to have it delivered or visit your neighborhood Sherwin-Williams store. Click the banner to learn more. Retail sales only. Some exclusions apply. See store for details. Delivery available on qualifying orders.
Amazon Pharmacy presents Painful Thoughts.
It's been a long, bumpy road dealing with yet another bladder infection. And driving to the pharmacy to pick up meds, I went over a pothole and a little pee came out. So now I get to stand in line with pee-pee pants.
Next time, skip the pain and get fast, free delivery with Amazon Pharmacy. Healthcare just got less painful.
Jill, why don't you tell the class what you did this weekend?
Well, my dad and I went in search of some magical minnows and found a zillion of them in the stream from our lookout rock. Then my sister and I escaped from an evil slug king and went back to my super twig fort for safety. Then we told stories till it got dark, and the Big Dipper led us all the way home.
Wow. Where were you, Jill?
We went to the forest. It's not that far away.
Ask your parents to take you and your friends to the forest this week. It's closer than you think. Check out discovertheforest.org. Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service and the Ad Council.
The free iHeartRadio app is #1 for music, radio, and podcasts, all in one. Discover a new podcast from our library of over 350,000 titles. Here's an iHeartRadio podcast preview.
In 1995, a college student disappeared on a trip across the USA.
I reported him missing right away, but they wouldn't take it.
So his mother started investigating.
I got the case file. I started going through and saw people that wasn't interviewed.
I joined this mother's search for justice.
Are you recording us?
I am, yeah. Someone Knows Something, Season 6. Available now.
Listen and follow this podcast for free on the iHeartRadio app. #1 for music, radio, and podcasts, all in one.
I'm Chris Jakimick. I served in the United States Air Force, and I deployed 3 times. So in 2017, I was serving as an Air Force First Sergeant. Our motto in that role is, "My job is people, everyone is my business." But unfortunately, in that year, I would lose my own brother, Lance Corporal Adam Jakimick, to suicide. The majority of veteran suicides are from guns. I store my weapons securely, not only for myself, but for my family. Store all your guns securely. Help stop suicide. My service never stops.
Brought to you by End Family Fire and the Ad Council.
Here's your AccuWeather forecast. Sunny much of the time today with a passing shower, though. The high of 84. Clear and comfortable tonight. The low down to 53. Mainly cloudy Saturday. The high of 83. Breezy with a mix of clouds and sun Sunday. Watch for an afternoon thunderstorm. The high of 81. Partly sunny. Warmer Monday with the high jumping up to 87. Partly sunny and less humid. A breezy afternoon Tuesday. The high back to 87. With your AccuWeather forecast, I'm meteorologist Jason Caterina.
842-61 at KFYR 550. Clay Peterson guns in the 701, and now he's going to run through each of the 84 pieces of legislation that the NRA... I knew I couldn't say it with a straight face.
I'm not going to read all 84 because I don't want to bore everybody to death.
Well, we don't have that much time in the first place, so...
So NRA-ILA, that's the legislative wing of the National Rifle Association. So I always hear this, Todd, well, they don't do nothing. Look at, Gun Owners of America, the Second Amendment Foundation, they're winning all these cases. True. And it's kind of nice to know that we have several groups out there, and some of them focus solely on legislative issues and court cases. Well, the NRA is doing their part. I counted them all up because they themselves took the initiative to say, listen, you don't think we're doing anything as a nation, as an organization in the country? They put it on their site. If you go to NRAILA.org, you can find this. They've got it right there front and center. 84 cases right now active. And remember, the NRA was instrumental in winning the Bruin case, which set that precedent for all these other cases. So those naysayers who complain about the National Rifle Association, you better wake up. Without them being involved in major cases to set the stage, none of this would be happening. We wouldn't even have a zero tax stamp. It was NRA that set this precedent of historical use of your rights, and that is just a fact. And that's why I brought this up. I did highlight some of them. In the Supreme Court, they're going to be challenging under Kipke versus Moore to challenge the Maryland sensitive place carry restrictions. This is important because this can have nationwide implications everywhere, including North Dakota. There's getting to be cities, normally leftist ones that are far over on the eastern side of the state next to Minnesota, but we won't name any names. Anyway, you got places like that that will have a sensitive place.
You own a globe, you already know, but anyway.
Yeah. But that would get rid of that. If this case, and I don't know how the Supreme Court will rule on it. They've had some great ones, right? But we do not have a conservative court like everybody thinks, or completely pro-gun, pro-Second Amendment.
Don't ask AOC about that.
Yeah, well, they
for example,
anything other than banning, they think that you're a right winger. But no, to me, it's 27 words are pretty plain and simple. We have the right, period. But that's why I'm watching that one, because I want to see how that one turns out. They're also challenging Florida's prohibition, and this is NRA versus Glass, on firearm purchases by adults under 21. It's still an active case. We've had several of those already decided in lower courts. that are working their way through the system, but this one will be interesting, I think. There's a ton of amicus briefs. They're great. If you don't know what an amicus brief is, it's a brief that supports others litigation that are being taken up in courts, so they file it in support. It's a good thing to have. A lot of groups do it. Individuals can do it. It's always a great thing to have. Remember, we had the United States versus Hemeny, and of course, that was already kind of, so it's basically overturned that marijuana scheduled drug prohibition as far as firearms, but we're going to see that still heard. It's still an active litigated case. But the one I really want to go to is, because we were talking about suppressors, right? Third Circuit, New Jersey, you got Padu versus Plainkin challenging the prohibition on suppressors. New Jersey is one of the ones that completely bans suppressors. So this will be a good one to see how that comes through the Third Circuit and through the court system itself. You've got, let me find the one, North Dakota. You got FRAC versus Garland. That's still an active case. I mean, Garland hasn't been the Attorney General for how long, right? And it's a challenge to the ATF pistol brace rule. So that's a really, really good one to be watching as well, because it's going to take place right here in the 8th Circuit, and it's a North Dakota case, and I'm pretty sure we'll get a positive decision out of that one. I did find one interesting. NRA don't just do gun litigation. Here's the 9th Circuit, or as Rush used to call them, the 9th Circus, because that's what they were. But this is Department of Wildlife versus U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service, Wild Earth Guardians. There's a whole slew. I'm not going to go through them. And it's in the consolidated action supporting the removal of gray wolves from being classified as endangered under the Endangered Species Act. This is taking place in California, and what this case is it's saying, listen, wolves have recovered. There's no reason to have them listed anymore as an endangered species, because they're not. And then states will have the options to finally some have done it already with a plan, but this would make it very easy for a state to just regulate that and manage wolves themselves and have seasons managed locally in the states rather than by the U.S. Fish and Wildlife. Of course, the Greenies are up in arms about this, but I think that's an important case, and I'm glad they took it up, because that will affect us out here in the western states, all through North and South Dakota. They're moving in here, coming in from Minnesota and Canada, and there's even wolves down in the hills. They haven't, I don't know if they've quite admitted it yet, but trust me, they're down there, and they're coming in from Wyoming. So those are just a few of the cases I wanted to highlight. I think all these are great, but remember, there are 84 cases active right now that the NRA is involved in. So they're out there doing their part. Make sure you support all the groups that are doing that, because they're the guys fighting these things for each one of us.
Clay Peterson Guns in the 701. DOJ says firearms rights restoration portal is coming soon. What, you get firearmsrightsrestoration.com, or what's going to happen with this?
Well, I don't know what they're going to name it. You're going to have to probably hit the Department of Justice's website and get the updated information. It's not active yet. You can submit, though, right now, the old-fashioned way. You can get the form, fill it out, and I think you can email it to them. I don't know. I haven't. I'm not a fugitive and I'm not a felon, so I've never had to do it. So I don't know.
Well, a true felon fugitive isn't going to go on the radio and say they are one.
Well, probably not. So yeah.
So do we know?
Yeah, it's only illegal if you get caught. Anyway,
like speeding.
Yeah, but here's what does happen. There's a ton of guys out there that have 9 non-violent felonies. I know some. I've actually tried to help some of them get their rights restored. It's tough. Now, remember, this is just for the federal prohibitions, not the states. Some states may still have things they'll have to jump through, but at least this will get rid of that hurdle of the federal stuff if it's actually approved. And not everybody. There's like 30 million people, they estimate, that can apply for this. Doesn't mean they're all going to get it. They're going to review it based on original reason for losing firearms rights, criminal or other relevant records, your reputation, your conduct since becoming a prohibited felon, and then the potential risk to public safety. So the nice thing is right now, if they get this launched the next 2 years, you're going to get a fair review of that. I would say that if we don't win back everything in 2028, and a Democrat administration comes in, it's just going to be just like it has been in the past. And I imagine a very reluctant or even rabid Department of Justice will not review these in a gracious way. And this can be something as simple as you have a felony, you screwed up as a kid, let's even say. Say you're 18, 19 years old, you had an accident and it resulted in a fatality. You technically, some people, I know there's one example I can just name right now, but I'm not going to give the name, but what happened was he hit somebody, he had been drinking, wasn't necessarily over the limit, and someone was killed. So he was charged with a felony, and he was found guilty of it, found his record, and it's one of those that actually prohibits him from having a firearm. We're talking 30-plus years ago. He's never done anything like that since. It was a stupid move from a kid doing a stupid thing, and it tears him up every day. But yet he still cannot have a firearm to hunt. He can't have a firearm to defend himself. He's still suffering and having, he's got the consequences of his actions, and it's been far too long. So I would actually support someone like him having his firearms rights restored, because he's not a threat to the society. He's not a danger to anybody. He did a stupid thing and made a mistake, and I don't think paying his whole life with the forfeiture of his Second Amendment rights is the right path. So I'm really excited to see they're coming out with this. Now, if you are a violent felon, a registered sex offender, an illegal alien, or other people who present an ongoing public safety risk, I don't know if you should even waste the time of applying. I mean,
well, if you're an illegal alien, you already get a CDL and everything else you could ever want. So
yeah, they started a crackdown on that, thank goodness. But
no kidding, right?
If you're an illegal alien, you should be deported. So maybe go ahead. Hey, if you're listening, you're an illegal alien, please apply for this, because then we'll know where to pick you up and get you out of this country. On that note,
kind of like those police departments that have the little roundup where they invite, hey, criminals, free lunch, and then they all show up and get arrested.
Yeah.
Idiots. And today's feel-good story from Guns of the 701 comes to us from Fort Worth.
Yeah, Fort Worth, Texas. We get a lot of them from down there. I guess maybe that says there just isn't a lot of this happening in the Dakotas, which is good, right? That we don't have to do it. But so this guy comes home on a Saturday afternoon, and he finds a guy in his house already. So there's your break-in already took place. He's rummaging around in there. He starts to fight with this guy, the intruder, and they both pull their firearms. And the intruder is now assuming room temperature and no longer here. The other guy did get hit. He's in the hospital. They still haven't released anything, I suppose, because of an ongoing investigation, but it didn't say that he was in critical condition or anything. It just said that he was transported, and pretty much that was the end of what they were releasing on that. And even now going and looking for more information, there's just nothing out there. But find out that this guy who got killed at this scene, well, he probably deserved it. He evidently had a problem with somebody else that was living at the residence. They already had a protective order, not a restraining order, a protective order filed against him. And that means that he couldn't go in there. He couldn't be near the person. He cannot be near the person that has the protection order. So he went in there anyway. I suppose maybe he thought this guy coming in might have been who he was looking for, but who knows? Simple fact is that in this particular situation, stand your ground came into light great. The guy he started a fight with the resident of the home. He defended himself. He was basically being threatened, and he used deadly force. And that's when cops can't be there. Seconds matter. So this is why it's a feel-good deal. We have a criminal basically that's been eliminated, and he's not going to hurt anybody else. And we had a good guy with a gun defend himself, and it sounds like he's probably recovering. So there you go. That's how we'll end the weekend.
Is that Leon calling on your landline to say, hey, don't forget to plug my Facebook post today, because it's true?
I don't know, but yeah, as long as we're there, go check it out, everybody. Leon had a great one about what's happening out in Minnesota.
He's on the money. He's on the money.
He's right on the money.
Guns in the 701 Network. Don't forget you need that iHeart app so you can get all the good stuff.
Yep, you can catch him. You can catch us, everybody, on iHeart. Of course, Leon will be live tonight at 5 o'clock Mountain, 6 o'clock Central. Tune in. And then Sunday Sportsman Devotion with Vance Bishop starts at 7 o'clock Mountain, 8 o'clock Central. Of course, every Tuesday night, the flagship, Guns in the 701, 7 p.m. Mountain, 8 p.m. Central, guys.
All right. You have a fantastic weekend.
You too. I'll be enjoying it down in the Black Hills. I'll be thinking of you as I'm just laid back, not thinking about anything.
I was going to say that you're not going to be thinking about me.
No.
Because I'm not going to be thinking about you over the weekend either, so there we have it.
That's good to know. All right, thanks, Todd. Thanks
Take
for
care.
having us on.
Safe travels. Dolores Glauser of Dickinson is 89 today and married 71 years tomorrow. Gene.